guys. All right. Let's call some realtors. I've got some people to call back today. Trying to get more subscribers on my TikTok and Instagram. You can find me there and subscribe. I'm trying to go live there. I need 1,000 subs on Insta. It's a new account I started. It's just traveling investing. So take a look there. And I'm going to call and see if I can get some nice realtors on the phone. Let's see. Who is first? Ooh. You kidding me? Did I close that? I did. Let me get that back open. I've got somebody to call right now. Here we go. Looking at some properties here to flip. A lady sent me some kind of distressed photos. I'll see. Usually people want retail for them, but I still just am going to try to talk to her. I called her yesterday. Couldn't get back with her, but let's see. Yeah, she sent me pictures, but she didn't send me a price, so that's weird. I mean, I think it's going for retail. Let's just take a look. Pulling this up. Yeah, 189. 13 days. It's just going to be a lot of competition, but hey, we're going to give her a quick call. I just wanted to try this just to see. Man, what's going on in my hat? It's like all crooked. Or am I crooked? I don't know. Man, that's crazy. I got my Instagram all set up, but I pressed the go live button. I got this whole stand ready and everything lined up, and I pressed it and I forgot you need 1,000 subs to go live. That's how they keep the scammers away, I guess. So that's okay. All right. Let me see how's the audio coming through. Yeah, I turned that up, so you should be able to hear me loud and clear. It's showing like all the way up to the yellow range. So, yeah, should be able to hear me now. It's crazy how low it was before. The people could hear me, but that I was talking to. Let's see if this lady answers.
Hello.
Hey, I think we finally got connected. This is Rylan. You had sent photos over, and I was just calling to see how things were going for your listing there and how you are.
It's not my listing. I somebody else listed it, and you guys asked me to go take pictures and video. Well, I didn't do video, but take pictures to see what if you guys wanted to make an offer on it.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, you talked to or texted with someone on my team.
Yes.
Excellent. Yes, I got those. So tell me about this. I saw it for 189.9. Is that right?
Yes.
So here's the tricky part. I mean, what do you think we would be able to get out of it once we did everything to get this completely renovated and fixed up?
300 or more.
All right. So, do you know why it hasn't sold so far? Because I saw it has 125 saves and 1,200 views on Zillow.
Probably, interest rate, and probably somebody don't want to take on. You know, I honestly I can't. There's a numerous reasons. I don't know why you investors do what they do.
Well, I know why. It's because it's priced too high.
Oh, I
So,
agree with that. With
so
everything that's wrong with it, I wouldn't come in at the 189. I just wanted to know if you guys, you know, what you wanted to come in at, if you wanted to come in at all.
no, we do for sure. I appreciate you taking time and sending photos. It's just, yeah, we are going to be lower. You know, do you have access to any comps? I'm going to
I do.
look.
I do. I'm not in my home office, but I do. I can go ahead and run comps when I get back this evening, late this evening.
Yeah, you could send any of those over because that's kind of where I start. And we look at kind of what we think it might sell for. we go a little bit lower than that, just with
Okay.
how things are in the market, just to be sure. From there, of
Mhm.
course, we got to take off some of our hard money cost and holding
Mhm.
cost, and then we
Okay.
also take off a little bit of our profit
Okay.
and
Would you be
closing
paying
cost.
my commission?
Sure. I mean, we make sure everybody's commission's paid. So what the seller has 3% on their agent, and then you have 3%, or what's yours?
I have 3%. Yes. I don't know what the seller has. I can check. But my commission is 3%. If the seller doesn't, you know, pay it,
Uh huh.
my question: will you guys pay it?
Right. Yeah. I mean, we'll make sure all of that works. We'll make sure you get paid. I mean, of course, normally they would. I mean,
Mhm.
are they offering to pay it, or have you even had that
I haven't
conversation?
even asked.
Yeah.
I haven't said anything besides going to see it and is it still available because I haven't heard back from you guys.
Okay. No, that's great. Yeah, the first thing I'd want to make sure is I have a solid after repair value comp. I'll look at,
Okay.
or well, do I need to let you go here? I know I might have just called you randomly wherever you're at.
Oh, no, no, no. I'm okay.
Because what I'm going to do is kind of zoom in and just look real quick
Okay.
because I can do this fast. I'm going to look for the solds in that area. I'm going to look within the last 6 months
Okay.
just to start. Hopefully. Uh,
Mhm.
okay. So there was one that sold for 204 in those two little
And that's
streets right
done?
there. That one, let me see. I just need to see if it's renovated or not.
Right.
I can't really tell. Let me pull it up on Realtor.com. And
Okay.
by the way,
So
do you have a lot of listings come in yourself that are
I
off market
do
or need a lot of work?
I do have listings that come in. I do have one that's listed and it's in Lilburn. It's a townhome end unit. It's 4 bedrooms and 4 full bathrooms on a basement.
Is it something?
And I'm about to reduce the price down to 450.
Is that something I
But
can offer on to do like rehab and flip it, or is it just an end?
no, it's pretty much done.
Oh yeah.
The price that it would sell for is 500.
So the tricky thing
But I
is, I mean, on
but I
things
do
like
have another one that's coming that well, I was just getting past Mother's Day, and it's in Decatur, and I know that they're looking to sell it, and that would be a flip.
is that right? Wow, you're doing a lot of. How many closings have you had in the last like year?
Oh,
You're doing a couple a month?
I don't I don't know. I have 6 this month, so I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying it's awesome. You've got a lot going on. Yeah,
I
so
do.
on the other one that's closer to retail, so to speak, the first one you mentioned that's not a flip, for things like
Mhm.
that, I can do only like a creative offer where we would come in, and if they're just trying to walk away from the property, we can pay the closing costs, commissions, and then take over their mortgage payments on their behalf. And we have investors to
No,
work with.
unfortunately, she wants to sell it so that she can walk away with some money.
Oh,
So
how much do
we're
you
looking
think?
for that buyer, that one buyer.
No, I hear you. Okay. Well, how much is she looking to walk away with? I mean, how much would her equity be when all's said and done, ideally?
It would be around 150.
150K.
Uh huh.
All right. Yeah, for that one, you're right. We wouldn't be able to, but you can kind of just know for myself and honestly probably for all other investors, like we can do flips for cash and you can tell me
Mhm.
about that other one, but for ones that are higher like that, if the seller doesn't have equity, I do have a way to offer on those, get you paid, and
Okay.
just kind of help them with the situation. We did $1 million
Okay.
property like that where they didn't have equity. They had taken it out to build another property. They still wanted to get out of it, and we came in and did a subject to purchase where we had the mortgages mortgage payments paid on their behalf, and they
Mhm.
were able to walk away, and they didn't have to pay to close. Sometimes people just have low equity, so you can remember me for that. Um,
Okay.
but if they have a ton of equity, like you say, there, yeah, it would just have to be an end buyer. I just don't have any way to solve that problem. But this other flip coming up, I might be able to get you a cash offer you could walk in there with and just sign with them if you want to.
Okay.
Um,
Um, the you're talking about the Decatur one?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Um, let me. I do have it. Um,
I'll
it
let you.
is.
Oh, you got it
It's a
right.
4-bedroom, 2-bath on a basement.
Okay.
And so I haven't put my eyes on it yet. I was waiting until after Mother's Day
Okay.
to go. Yeah, and the tenant moved out end of April last month.
Oh, wow. So they got bills and they're ready to get that
He
solved, I
owns it
guess.
out. I believe he owns it outright. Yeah, and just so you know, I am a broker. I own my own brokerage. So
Oh,
just
oh,
putting that out there.
okay. Awesome. Well, I'm glad to get connected more. I apologize for the delay. We've had a lot of properties sent to us, a lot of things we had to get back to people on.
Okay,
But
no
normally
problem.
I can call you same day. And if you have something like this, do you want to meet them and get that signed before you
Yes.
send it? Okay. If you want to do that, you could sign that and you can go to your car and tell me about it. And we can get an offer in to you because it's pretty quick on how we can run our numbers.
Mhm.
Um, and we do need to buy one, two, or three every month. So we can move quick, and I can do a 21-day close on a cash flip.
Okay.
And if you even have pictures on your phone, when you meet her, that's good enough for what we need to see for our guys to get an assessment. I may be able to
Mhm.
do it, or I'll just get it right over to my partner, and we'll look, and then we can get it
Okay.
contracted, make sure you're paid. Um, and what kind of commission do you want to do on something like that?
Um, I don't know what it would sell for. If that's the question. I haven't even seen it. I just know that it's 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms on a full basement.
Okay. Well,
So I have no information on it, and it's in Decatur. I just have the address.
okay. Well, that's totally fine. Once you get that all figured out, just make sure. Well, the point is, I want to make sure you know that we'll have you covered on that.
Okay. Thank
And
you.
yeah, no problem. Because
Do you want to still make an offer? Not the 189, but a different offer?
well, on that one, I'm going to have to sharpen my pencil a little bit more. If you know, just seeing this other 204 in there, I'm looking that up. I'm getting the same just random street photo. I don't know
Okay.
if that one was just as is. I assume it wasn't a
Can
flip.
you hold on 1 second?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Let me see what else.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
No, no, you're fine. Wow. So, and by the way, so how many people do you have in your brokerage?
It's 3. Well, 4. It's
Wow.
me, my husband, and then I have 2 agents.
Wow, that's great. How long have you been doing real estate to go out on your own like that? How long have you had your brokerage?
Um, I I kind of for the first 3 years I had to be under someone else's brokerage, but I kind of operate my own. He allowed me to kind of operate my own brokerage. And I'm an investor, so but I buy and hold. I don't flip. And
Okay. Interesting.
that's why I got my real estate license. And so I was with her for 3 years, and then your third year you can take the test to get your broker's license, and that's
Mm.
what I did. I've been licensed since 2000 May of 2021.
Okay. Well, cool.
So yeah,
Wow. So you're an investor. You do buy and hold as well. Do
yeah.
you? That's very interesting. You have any experience with ground up construction or know anybody that does that directly?
No, I don't have any experience with the ground up construction. Um, there, a lot of people say that I'd have to see it first because
Sure.
everybody complains to be a contractor and that they can build a house. So
Okay. Yeah.
the
Well,
type of investment we do is more we buy units and we rent them out.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was just going to see because I've got something else I'm working on that I might just well, I'm working on getting it under contract to purchase, and I'm talking to a couple of my buddies that develop.
Mhm.
But if we can't take it on, maybe I could get it to you to kind of do whatever. You could sell it, or you could work with your investors on it.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's the thing is, what I'm talking to them about is doing owner finance on it just because of how much cash outlay you've got to get out. You have to get
Mhm.
a shell built to get that first loan. And if my guy doesn't want to do it, he's a friend, he's a partner that I work with on stuff. If he don't want to do it, I can get stuff to you that you could look at as well. So that's good to
Okay,
hear
I
you're an
appreciate
investor.
it.
Yeah, for sure. Something will work eventually, but
Yeah.
let me sharpen my pencil a little further because this one's high. I mean, if it's the reason uh, I know it's not your listing, the other one you sent me, but hey,
Mhm.
we can see if they will take something lower because it looks like they may have to because if they've been listed and
Mhm.
not sold yet, they're gonna have to
Yeah. Drop it,
drop it at some
or
point.
just accept something. Accept something lower than what they're asking. I do think that it's kind of high for, not kind of. I think it's high for what everything that I saw wrong with it.
Yeah, I mean,
My partner says 100,000 is the max he would pay for it.
oh well, that's a start. They're like, yeah, that's fine. It's always like that. But you just want to be the one. If there is motivation to sell, do you know the reason for selling?
I do not know the reason that they're selling.
Okay, so yeah,
It's,
we'll look at that further. If
it's
you,
my partner says that it's unlivable. He's the one that took the pictures and everything.
Yeah, the entire siding, it looked like the siding was too close to the ground, so it wicked up a bunch of water on the siding. All the siding has to be replaced. You can't really tell. I didn't want to pull anything back, but there might be potential water damage to the framing of the house. You could tell there's spots on the roof that were missing, or they replaced shingles or shingles were moved. But on the interior of the house, you can see I took pictures of it where the water leaked through the ceiling. There's just like a lot of little stuff, and the house has an odd layout, so it's quite a few things going on there. The HVAC system was really good. Water heater was old, but it still looked like it was in working order, that type of stuff. But no cabinets. The kitchen would completely need to be redone. All the bathrooms missing cabinets as well. It's a full interior rehab.
Yeah.
how
And exterior needing new wrap and new siding.
okay, how much would you ballpark?
Ballpark, I would say about $25 a square foot.
Yeah, plus whatever you find when you start digging where that water leak was.
Exactly.
And I saw the crack on the back there. Did that go through the rest of the house, or did you think to kind of peek for that because it was quite a
I didn't. I didn't see anything on the interior from it. It looked like it's just settling. The house, older house. It doesn't look like it was a foundational issue. Yeah, it just looked like it hadn't been
Okay.
maintained and taken care of. Looked like probably somebody elderly lived there, or it was a rental property for a long time.
Okay. Because I see, just from the pictures, I see a crack propagating through the front driveway a bit, and then in the back, based on the like.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, I didn't. I don't recall that.
That's fine.
Off the top of my head, I have to look at the pictures again.
But yeah, one little secret is what we'll look at is if you see a cracked driveway in the front, you can look inside the house for that to continue through, as well as you can even sometimes see that on the curb and on the street. So that's one thing you
Okay,
start looking for, and then that can clue you in to say, hey, we might just need to walk away from this if this is like a foundation running all the way through, because that crack on the front is showing kind of all the way. It seems to possibly match where it's cracked in the front driveway. It's cracked in the back.
okay.
It could just be that that was not poured well, but
Yeah,
it's
I get
something to
it.
take a peek for. And in the corner, and then the top of the in the room, you can kind of look. That's just, it could be there, maybe not,
I got you.
but yeah, no, this is excellent information.
That
We'll
house
look
that you
further at
showed
it.
there, the last house that you showed him in that subdivision, that's another one that, like, the interior of that house, in minor rehab, it was being sold. They listed it for under market value there, but you could probably get some more out of it. Remember the one that he was looking at putting probably about 30,000
Oh,
into
yes.
40,000? That might be another pretty simple one. It looks like that guy's trying to get out of there soon too.
Okay. I can send you an address of another one that was listed that I was showing a client. He's a cash buyer, and
Buying a living.
he was buying to live in it, so he was thinking about buying it and actually putting some money into it to get it to his liking. But I got him new construction, so.
But
But it needed
a rehab.
it needed rehab, cosmetic.
Like $12 a square foot, give or take. It's mostly carpet, paint, some minor structure. You could see it was the year it was built. You could see they had that gray poly butylene piping most likely, and they took it out the slab and they were rerouting it through the attic, but they didn't finish the word I'm looking for, the drywall work from rerunning the water lines or whatever. So it's like little stuff like that was going on. The kitchen needed updating. Yeah, it needed paint. Like you could tell somebody smoked in there, so you probably need ozone, stuff like that. But that
And that's
property
a
looked like
different one.
that's a different one. What city was that? That was not Conyers. Was that Stockbridge? Yeah,
So
and that's a hot area right now too.
okay, yeah, I mean, you can send me that for sure. So for our numbers, just know, we're gonna try to bake in like, you know, depending on
Maybe
the
like
price point.
65%. You're
Well, like
looking at what?
we'd need to make like 30 grand or something on a flip. So if any of these are
Okay,
close, I'll just tell you, like, we're kind of having to buy around 50 to maybe 62.5% of the after repair value.
okay,
Just because of where we got to come in with our holding costs, hard money cost, and just
right,
also too, sometimes we'll pad the ARV or the after repair value by a little bit, depending on how well the market is doing there in
okay,
that little pocket. But yeah, so it kind of puts us lower, and it just means, we can still do it. It just has to be somebody kind of motivated, walking away something that definitely has a repair uh, ability to repair. When it gets higher than that, well, that's everybody and their brother. Everybody's listing at retail or close to it. And that's
right,
where we can do something creative if they have low equity. So those two scenarios, cash a little bit lower. Myself and every investor that actually makes money, you're having to come in what
okay,
comes amounts to a bit lower, but yeah. So we can do like you say, just like this one, talking about 100,000. If like you say on that one, something sold for 200,000 in the area, so you're already starting to be in the ballpark. If you're looking at 100,000 offer and something sold for 200, but we don't know if that was even rehabbed, so
right.
you know,
Mhm.
and then you got Flat Shoals Road right there. Stuff. It's very
Yeah,
neighborhood dependent.
we sold a property there, but maybe 8 months ago, roughly in the area, the 30249, was it 30249?
30349.
30349, in that zip code. I think we sold it for 393. It's a rehab. That's what I mean. 297, roughly 300,000. It's a few miles from there. That area
In Union City?
rehab. Yeah, I told him about 300,000 if it's a rehab for a 4-bedroom, 5-bedroom.
So this went up in value, so it's like 338.
Yeah, it's 338.
Was that in Union City?
No, it was it's out Fulton.
Yes, Atlanta 30349.
Okay.
Not far from Union City at all.
Yeah, there's like right down the street there. Really neighboring.
Yeah, it's a neighboring city.
Yeah, so for something anyway, but here's what we could do.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, last question is, do you have any buyers that come to you through your marketing or whatever, your agents, that may not qualify for a home traditionally with a traditional mortgage? Do you have
All the
people-
time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Do you have
Yes,
people
I
that
do.
are good applicants that just for some little random thing can't get approved, and you just everything's lined up and there's just some little issue and they're fully, qualified otherwise?
I wouldn't say that, because if it's a little issue, I would be able to fix it and get them approved,
Yeah. A lot of it'll be credit. They'll have the income,
but not the
but the
credit.
credit might be in the fours because, yeah.
Just lapsing job or stuff like that.
Sometimes I do have the lapse in jobs.
Mhm.
Well, the reason I was asking is because we have property come in from time to time that we would sell or need buyers for, that we do, offer our own financing for them or bring in others. I've actually got one I'm trying to chase back down right now, where, typically though for these, we're looking for like tradesmen or people with a business that don't want to show as much income on taxes. And they do a lot of write-offs, but they might make, they make a ton of money. They just, they write it all off so it doesn't show on their taxes, and they do all this depreciation stuff. And they can't qualify, but they've got
the income.
They get the income and they still pay all their stuff and their job, like people that work in concrete or tradesmen.
We have a tow truck driver that's a tenant of ours in one of our units that's pretty much in that situation. The gentleman makes about $30,000 a month, but he doesn't keep good books and things like that. But he pays all his bills and everything.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to steal one of your guys unless that was part of your plan.
No,
I'm not giving him to you.
Well, I'm of this. If we can get our tenants in a house, we lose a good tenant, but we gain a client, and we typically get referrals from those type of clients as well. So, yeah. But we also do a lot of advertising for our business. So we have a constant flow of applicants that we're constantly screening. So,
well, listen, like I say, but yes, this kind of person, people that, again, I say this because I've worked with other people in Denver, like this, where they work in concrete or any of these kind of businesses where they just have a ton of cash that they work with, but they just don't have, some element doesn't allow them to qualify for a traditional loan. We can put them into homes that they would purchase. So if you have people like that, let me know. I have one I'm working on. I don't have that yet, but I will. You can save applicants like that. If the phone rings, you can save them. Just let them know, hey, we do have stuff come in that does need a higher down payment. If you can't apply for, if you don't, qualify for traditional mortgage, you can save those folks for us. If you bring those to me, I can definitely get you paid on the referral. And for the cash deals, save me for that, or for something creative. You ever done anything creative with the Subject 2 or heard of that?
I've heard of Subject 2. I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, we had some property in Macon that we were attempting to offload, and we had a lot of offers for Subject 2 for them, but we chose not to.
They wanted too much cash.
So what it is, some of them don't offer they offer just enough cash to where if they decided to walk away, it didn't make sense. Like you got to kind of be in a little bit more for it to for me to believe that you were going to continue and hold on and follow through. But yeah, we're familiar with it. I
Yeah.
like I said, I received a lot of offers. They make sense.
Well, I'll tell you. So if yeah, and it's a rare thing, but you can just keep it. I know how to do that in great detail, and I can
Okay,
handle it. And I'll just tell you that the biggest thing for that is if they have low equity or someone that just has listed their house for a year and couldn't sell it. We did. That's the one we did for $1 million. They listed it for a year. They couldn't sell it. I'm asking all these questions because I have about 200 the different business owners that purchase property to depreciate their business income,
okay,
and but the to
okay.
kind of shorten
That's good to
a
know.
complex piece, essentially what they're doing is they kind of have a certain cash entry range they will come in with, and they
Yeah.
utilize that to depreciate their business revenue and pay less in taxes because they'd rather acquire that asset instead of pay taxes, but they don't necessarily acquire through traditional mortgage because they already have too many properties, or they just have a benefit in purchasing subject to. And things that they would purchase would be anything where an owner has low equity, or if they've listed it for a long time and can't sell it. That
What
one we
about something that's
did.
on a short sale?
What's that?
What about a property that would be like on a short sale or something
No, I
similar?
don't mess with that. No.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
We have a deal that's under the, honestly, that Lilburn property she was telling you about. The lady's under contract for a different property that was going on a short sale, but it was a contingency of her selling her house. But it looks like we're gonna lower the price, but it might take a little bit longer. And reducing the equity is gonna look at a different property, so we're gonna be pulling out of that deal. But it would have been interesting to possibly offer something similar to that on the other end of that one. But
Yeah, it gets very
yeah, it makes sense.
complicated with those kind of things
Mhm.
because of the laws surrounding how those are handled and the
Right, I get
equity
it.
definitions and all that. It's usually
Understood.
investors can't touch them. It's good for an end
Okay.
buyer, like you were talking about. That's perfect,
Yeah.
but otherwise, there's no
Okay.
margins available for investors. It it just is just going to be a direct thing.
Got it. Okay.
But yeah, for me, it's
Okay.
just cash deals, discounted quick, or subject to, or buyers. Uh, you know, these kind of tradesmen, or like you say, if your tow truck buddy has other people that he works
Hmm.
with. I
Yeah.
don't have anything now. It's just those come in, and we try to contract stuff that um, we can also do like that. Or if we're selling something, we bring in an end buyer that brings cash down. And so yeah, you can just keep me in mind for
Understood.
those three things. I think we'll eventually be able to do something together for sure. And
Oh,
I'll
I'm
send you
sure I'm
these if
sure
I
of
can
it.
do this um, this land, these lots. If we can't do anything with them, then we can get them to you to do something with potentially.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Well, let me know about the house, and we can go from there. And I'll let you know about the Decatur property. Okay.
yeah, when
Okay.
that comes in, you can fire that over to us. And then for this other one, yeah, for Heather Court. Oh, sorry, that Heather Court's the one that was sold for 204,000 around the same streets
Mhm.
there. I just don't have. Let me look back one year real quick. For this is for the first one we called about that you sent pictures of. Let me go to
Mhm.
1 year on that.
Okay.
Let me see. Okay, so there's one that popped up, 258,000. That same little subdivision section. Let me open that. Because basically, I'm just looking at the after repair value. If it was a flip, how well they did it out, and how much it would take us to get there. And we know that we could be potentially kind of meeting that as a
Mhm.
comparable. So that one's 258, um, which is again why your other person is sitting on market. But Yeah, I'll
Okay,
look
I
more at
have
that.
to go to my son's baseball. If you can, do your thing and just kind of text me or call me and let me know if you want an offer or not.
Yes, I will. I'll run it more. And if you have any comps a half a mile out from that one that's sold on the MLS that I'm not seeing, you can send me that, and I'll
Okay,
take a
I will.
look and I'll just see where we'd be at. I'm still waiting on my guy to look at those photos to see our repair amount.
Okay,
But yeah, I'll let you run. And thank you. It's been great to talk to you. I think we'll be able to
same
do something
here.
here soon. So I'll stay in touch with you.
Thank you. Same here.
Yes, ma'am. We'll talk soon.
Okay, bye bye.
All right. Bye bye. All right, that was quite a call. They were hitting me with properties left and right. I haven't really had that. It was a bit crazy, but on this one, it's just too high, and she doesn't have it listed. So, you know, she doesn't have the information on it. She doesn't have the motivation. I really wanted to call her. I thought she had the listing, but it's just one she found, and I felt bad because she went out there. Um, but I have pictures, and what I'm going to do is get with somebody tomorrow and kind of see what repairs we think we would need for it. And we're going to probably offer on it. But it's not going to go because it's just going to be a low ball and they've got others. If they're at 258 on it, let me just put it in my calculator. For the after repair value, I would say, I mean, if we get it for even 90,000, and if it takes 70,000 to fix it up, I mean, 50% would be 129. It's not too bad. 55% would be, so 50% of the ARV would be 141. But I mean, they're listed at 189. I think. Yeah, they're at 189. He said he would be at 100 on it, which is not too bad of a call. You know, if the after repair value is 258,000, you take away holding, closing cost, minus repairs. That's the tricky part on the rehab. If it's a 3-month rehab, would it be, let me put 6% in there. Would it be 15,000 for the hard money cost and holding cost? Oh, that's my cost. So take away 7% for the cost of selling. So 258 ARV, and take away the closing costs when selling of 18,000. Take away the repairs of maybe 70,000. I'm going to put 75,000. Even that might be low. Holding cost 6% of 15,000 if it's 3 or 4 months. And the contract price to the seller, if it's 90,000, and if my wholesale fee is 20, so the contract price to the buyer would be 110. See, he was a buyer saying he needed it at 100. And if we go 110, can we even do that? You know, would we really need it more for like 80,000? And if the rehab is more like 80,000. You know, so can we offer 80,000 and have a $20,000 assignment to get it to a buyer at 100,000? So if a buyer has it for 100,000, puts 80,000 repairs into it, he's into it for 180. plus maybe his 15,000 in holding cost and hard money cost. Starts adding up. We'll see, but it's just too tricky because it's going to be a low ball among many low balls, and she's not even representing the seller. But we have other stuff we could work on. They might have people that they bring in for in buyers for me, which honestly, I'm going to say that in buyers for sub 2. The reason why is because I have another property that I'm trying to get that we need to put about $55,000 down. It's a subject to property, beautiful new property, nice, 4 bedroom, like 3 bath, perfect condition, maybe 55,000 down and a 3.125% interest mortgage. So PITI monthly is around 2,200 a month. I'm working on getting that contract, and the 55,000 would allow me to pay the realtor on that one and earn 20,000. So that's why I talked a little longer to her when she said she was an investor, because I might send them for boots on the ground for stuff. And if she has buyers for sub 2 deals, and then just the cash deals. Yeah. But they were talking a mile a minute with her. I guess I don't know who that was, her assistant or another investor who works with her. They were, talking about a lot, but that's okay. I love to connect with people, and they'd be surprised if they have somebody that doesn't qualify for a traditional mortgage and still is a good candidate because they make good income. I don't want somebody with their credit that shot. Maybe just someone that had a small lapse in their job or whatever it is. We can still have a residential mortgage loan officer underwrite those, look at those, and put them into a good subject to property where we get it under contract with that seller who's walking away from a situation, which we have one right now. They're walking away from a situation where they don't have equity at all, and they just want $30,000 to leave, and the realtor wants $3,000, so that's $33,000. I put $20,000 on top. That's $53,000 plus closing cost, where somebody comes in and can pay that, and then they own a home and they have real equity that they've put in. They don't want to walk away from. They're only paying $2,200 a month for a whole beautiful new house that they take care of as an owner, and they stay in, because they would, in 7 years, they would have to wait to get into a property like that, sometimes while they're rebuilding credit. As well as I have people that we can get them in touch with to help them rebuild their credit, work with them on their budget, and make sure that they're making payments on everything, and that they're also getting financial counseling on how they're spending the money that comes in. Because everybody needs that, but they especially need that. Sometimes people already have that in process and are taking care of it. They just have a lapse in time. So we do take people that want to buy homes that have great income. So if you are like that, message me on Instagram. It's a very simple process. We can get you into a property when one comes up for us. We make a small fee. We disclose that to you, and we get you into a property that has a good mortgage rate. Sometimes this 3.125%, that's why we charge more for that. For an investor, no. But for, to put that much cash down, it doesn't make sense, right? This home, I would buy it myself or with a partner. If we could do like rent by room models on it, we can't. There's an HOA on it. That's why we would bring in an end buyer that wants to live in it and just cannot have home ownership otherwise. So, and we can, there's a lot of different things that we can do too. We can help you on too, potentially tax wise. But if you want to get into a home as an owner and you can't, and you have excellent income and you're a business owner, reach out to me on Instagram at Traveling Investing. Just type the at symbol Traveling Investing, and there I have people reach out to me from time to time where we can get you in a home as an end buyer. So anyway, yeah, we'll see. I'll call others later. I got to jump off today. I knew I had that um, call coming with this lady, but I hoped she had represented that where she knew the motivation. She could tell me where we really need to be at, and I could just tell her in 5 minutes, yes or no. If she doesn't have it, we can lowball it tomorrow, as well as she's going to have something coming after Mother's Day. So I'm going to put in a reminder for that. How can I do that? I'm going to try to put it in right now. I've got my phone up, so I can't. Usually I would just tell my phone. Here, let me see. I'm going to do my Windows link. All right, guys, I'll put in these reminders. I'll put you back on the stream for some of my travels because I do travel and I do invest. If you're interested, just subscribe. And yeah, I'm going to keep pumping these out and see how it gets me. I'll try to go live like 4 or 5 times a week. Honestly, I really save it for when I save it for when I have like actual conversations with people, because the thing is, um, the I do a lot of texting, and people respond to marketing. They text me back and all these different things. So when I get somebody that's interested, that's when I, make these calls and I go live. So as I stack up more, I'll be able to go live longer. It's also getting into dinner. So you know what? I know who I can call. I'll call this gentleman right now. Where is he? I don't know if he'll answer, but we'll give it a shot. I got a few people. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? I'll ask him about this ground up as well. It's so weird when it doesn't give me the number. It drives me nuts. I saved him as a contact. He's only showing as his phone number. I'll just pull him up and call him right now. Try to. Okay, reminder, get offer. I had a buyer looking for stuff this guy brings in. In Gwinnett County.
Please leave your message for 40478.
I'll just say, hey, first name. Also, I may have 4 lots coming in on owner finance for ground up construction. Is that something you would be interested in, or do you have a buyer for that if we don't end up working it? So I just want to check in with him. He's always super busy. Gwinnett. He'll text me though. Oh, 2 ends. Come on. And let me see. I'll just start like that. So I'm just asking if he has anything in Gwinnett County we can offer on, because we do buy there for flips. And also I have this owner finance for lots where you can build single family homes. Um, if we don't end up taking that project on. What else? Oh my, I know who I can call. Might as well just get it done real quick. She has been trying to send me stuff exclusive, and she sent me this 7-page exclusive contract, which is that too bright, guys? I've got this light in my eyes. It's brighter than the sun. And oopsie daisy. I'm having a hard time getting everything adjusted. I really need to pull this light up here. One second. There. That should be brighter. All right, let me try her, because she's been trying to get me forever and ever. It's getting late there. Just try. There we go.
Hello, the person you are trying to reach is currently unavailable. Please leave a message after the beep.
Hey, sorry we didn't connect today. I got tied up in some other things today, but feel free. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll just call you tomorrow if you want to connect by phone. And yeah, we can chat then. Sorry I missed you. Just had some other properties and things that we're working on and had to get back to. And yeah, I'll call you tomorrow and hope you're doing well. And I apologize again, we didn't get to connect. I'll just say, hey, I will call you. Everything ran late today. Just say that. I think it's about time. Let me see. Yeah, that should be good for now. I've got so many people to call, but I'm just trying to call people that will give you guys some kind of interesting amount of content while I continue to work on my stream setup. Be interesting to see, guys. I'm going to keep going live for the next, like I say, this full month, see where it puts me, and just kind of take it a month at a time. See if I can get enough subscriptions on Instagram to go live. I forgot about that. I have other accounts that have, I don't know, 10,000, but I'm not going live on that. So I need 1,000 to go live there. So subscribe to Traveling Investing on Instagram and subscribe here. Turn on your notifications so you can see me go live. I will kind of go live if you're calling at home and want to just, jump in and join me and see me make a call, give you different thoughts about cash, creative, or some of these different things that we're doing. I'll do those calls. Oh, tomorrow I'll make a call about this owner finance. I'll tell you what, let's call him right now. Let's see if we can get him. Where? Oh, in my email. Yeah, I don't know how he got there, but we'll call him because I've been giving him offers in email and I don't know why. Check out the following listing. Marcus. What is your phone number, broski? I'll send him an email right now. What is your cell? We'll call you about this tomorrow afternoon. I'll just say, is a good time around 12:30 or 2 p.m. All right. Man, I couldn't do it. I was going to call him. That's crazy. I've been emailing him back and forth about these lots. Says they're going to do it potentially. 100K, 4 lots, essentially 25K a lot. I talked to him about 10% down on those because really we have to, do them for 10% down, maybe a 6-year balloon. And, I could probably make 15 grand on that, get it to a buyer for 25 grand because builders are happy to mitigate that cost because they're going to have to put cash out for the rest of it. Getting to their point where the shell is built, where they can have another lender come in and continue for the rest of the house until they finish it and refinance it there. And when they get the final home completed is when they would refinance and have a chance to kind of clear out the seller finance on the land. So I can explain that more in detail when I get him on the phone. He didn't give me his cell. That's crazy. Wait, maybe I have him in here as. Let me search for him. My CRM. It's weird. I don't know why he didn't text me. Let's see if I got his email. Of course, I don't have it. How did this guy get my number? Or my email, I mean. Maybe it's in my other CRM. Let me see. See if I got my Marcus. Nope. I don't know. All right, guys, that's it for today. Enjoy my travels. I'm the traveling investor. I do real estate while I also travel the world. And you can see some of that in the intro and outro videos. Subscribe and follow me on Instagram, Traveling Investing. I will see you guys on the next stream, probably tomorrow. I'll try to go live 5 times a week, so turn on your notifications so you can follow me there.